hope you're all well this morning, a sunny morning in the northwest. The sun's out again, bright and sunny, shining down on the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. Let's hope anyway. That's the weather report done. It's about 10 degrees as well. But isn't it lovely to have the sun out? Eh? It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Well, I happened to just go back this morning and watch this little interview with Simon Jordan and Emmanuel Petit, commenting about what Igor's saying, what he should be saying, what he shouldn't be saying. Very interesting, really, because everyone's got their point of view. Should the manager be keeping quiet and just dealing with the players, or is he right to come out and tell us, in a roundabout way, what he's saying? I don't know what that is on my beak. I think something's bit me in the night. Jeez, looks like I've got two noses. Wow. Anyway, yeah, back to the football. So, he's got stuck in, and Emmanuel Petit has got stuck in as well, to be fair. He doesn't agree with what Tudor said, the way he said it. I don't think Simon Jordan, what's the right phrase for it? Well, he said basically that Tudor shouldn't be calling him out like that, and Petit did the same thing. And telling us what he said, basically the attack's not doing it, the defence ain't doing it, and so on. Look, at the end of the day, for me, whether he's right or whether he's wrong, he's got to just get on and do his job. That's the most important thing. I know we all want to know what's going on. And I think, to be fair, in so many words, he's told us what we already know anyway. That there's all sorts going on the pitch, the bad habits thing, excuse me, and all that sort of stuff. But press conference today at 1:30. So you'll be able to see that. You'll be able to see what he's got to say for himself today and what his plans are for this evening. That's 1:30. This afternoon, the press conference, Igor Tudor, for the Crystal Palace game tomorrow night. Now, as we all know, there's games going on this week. Wolves last night won again, beat Liverpool at Molineux. A team showing a bit of fight, a bit of desire. Got lucky. Yeah, got lucky. Yeah, got a deflection on the shot from Andre at the end. But they've nicked the points. Listen, look, unless Wolves go on another 10-game unbeaten run, I don't think they're getting out of where they are, But listen, look, they probably know they're down, yeah, but at least they're having a go, and I don't see it from us at the moment. But listen, it is what it is. Let's not get too doom and gloom about it. We can talk about it and and see what you think for tomorrow. What do you think of what Igor's had to say so far? Listen, I think he's coming and he don't realise how big this problem is. I thought he thinks he was just going to come in, players were low, and do what he does. And like Simon Jordan said on the thing, well, he went into Marseille and tried to do it, but it didn't really work. So I don't know how far we go with it. If he loses tomorrow night, does he go? How long do you give him? Do you give him till Liverpool? Do you keep hold of him, like I said? There's no plan at this football club, unfortunately. They don't care. Anyway, if you haven't, I'll just say to you, hit the like button, early doors for us. Let's smash it up to 50. Yeah, early doors. Let's get it going. No subs yesterday. No subs, not one. Not one in 2 shows. Here's what it is, isn't it? What can you do? We'll keep smashing away, but hit that like button anyway. All good stuff. We'll say good morning to Wembers. Hope you're well, Wembers, YouTube member. Morning, always says. Any bets on Wolves catching us? Well, if we keep losing and they keep winning, who knows, mate? Who knows? But do you know what? You know, they might have had a crap season, right? But for last couple of games, they've played really well. 2 or 3 games, they've played really well. So, you know, fair play to them. At least they're having a go. Morning to Mr. T, part of the Mark Army. Hope you're well, Mark. Hope you're well, fella. Sporting Journeys in. Big up to you. Good morning, Cookie says, and good morning, everyone in the chat. Yes, good morning to everyone in the chat. Hope everyone's well today. Chilling, stress-free. See what Tottenham are going to put out there about tomorrow's game, all that sort of stuff, and see what other crap comes out in the meantime. Let's hope nothing. Let's hope a bit of positive news comes out from Tottenham for once. It'd be nice. I know that. Big up to Shem. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. He says, morning, gentlemen. Hope you're both well today. Is Vinay and Langsted at the club? As far as I know, mate, unfortunately, yes, Shem. I haven't heard that they're not, but yes. Have they come to their senses? No. And finally got rid of the Chuckle Brothers? No. This club is in such a mess, mate. We know it. You know it. The media know it. The people that are in the know it. Right? You know, they're still going on the radio. I want to say, well, Spurs could find themselves in a real relegation battle. Really? No shit, Sherlock. My God, could find ourselves. We're in it, mate. We've been in it for bloody weeks. Going on about. You know, we can't get a point. We can't do anything. We've got to do something. Trust me, this is real, proper real. And you all know it. Big up Sporting. I think I've done that one, haven't I? Yeah, good morning to you, Sporting, and everyone in the chat. Lee's in. Morning to Lee. Hope you're well, Lee. Have a good day, mate. You have a good day, fella. Thanks for being here. Kate's in as usual. Morning to Kate. Good morning, lovely Mark, she says. What can I say, Kate? And good morning to lovely Kate too. Hope you're well, Kate. Good morning to you. Journey says to Shemtam, I'm even hearing that they could end up sacking Tudor if the results don't go the way Tottenham need. There doesn't seem to be a football plan at all. Sporting, it don't look like it, mate, does it? At the moment, I don't think you're going to get much of a plan for the rest of this season, mate. It's just hit and open it. They're hitting and open. And, you know, to play with a football club like they have been, because they're playing with it. It's like a toy, isn't it? Yeah. Until we get serious and we get some serious people in, yeah, we're in the doo-doos. We are in the doo-doos. And someone's got to find something out of these players. I'm sorry to say. Big up, Jim. Hope you're well, mate. Big up, Cookie in the chat. Good morning from the sunny northwest. It is, Jim. It's beautiful. It's going to be an allotment day today. Again, up there and get the glass in. I do believe the missus has got plans. So we'll be up there later on trying to get the old greenhouse sorted out and get the glass in. And she can get her bits and pieces in there and start growing stuff. Good morning to Surreal. Hope you're well, mate. Thanks for being in. Good to see you this morning. David's in. Big up to David. Hope you're well, mate. Says the teams in relegation and below Tottenham are picking up momentum. Tottenham need to pray the other teams lose games. Otherwise, the relegation battle is real. David, let me tell you, the relegation battle has been real for weeks, mate. Tottenham have just slept walk into it as usual. You know what I mean? I'll leave the last bit. I don't want to talk about politics, David, but fair play. Yes, they are, mate. Yes, they are. So there you go. Tottenham are fighting their own wars. Absolutely we are. Yeah, it's about time we started going to war. I know that on the football pitch. Lee saying hi to Shem. Big up to you, mate. Mario's in. Big up to you, Mario. Hope you're well, mate. Morning, Mark. Hope you're good this morning. Smash the likes and sub. Absolutely. What we doing here? Yeah. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button for us. Let's get it to 50. Early doors. And we can have a cracking show. Sully's in. Big up to you, Sully. Yeah, morning. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely. Come on, you Spurs. Sully. We've got to keep going, mate. We've got to keep going. We've got to try and get these points from somewhere. Marcus is in. Big up to Marcus. Morning to you, mate. Big up to 2 months in chat. If you have a live show tonight, we'll be on it. My phone died last night. Mate, if we're on, you're more than welcome to come on. You're more than welcome. We'll see how we go later on, see how busy the day goes, see what news comes out, see if we can come up with a title for a show. Is what it is, isn't it, Marcus? It is what it is. Finn's in. Good morning to Finn. Hope you are well, sir. What's your take on the new scouts' comments about Spurs? A silly joke, so just move on, or be concerned that the club is hiring Arsenal supporters for important roles. Does it matter? Well, Finn, it matters, yeah, when he's plastering himself all over Twitter or Tic Tac or whatever it's called, yeah, and doing whatever he's doing. Is employed by the club. Yeah. If you don't want to do your job properly, whether you're a gooner, whether you're a spammer, whatever you are, if you're working for the football club, do it properly. Don't come out and say, oh, I can't have this badge touching me. What a prick. What an absolute prick, right? At the end of the day, do your job, shut up and get on with it. If you can't do the job to your best of ability, whoever you support, yeah, do one. Vinay, gooner, if you can't do your job properly, do one. It feels like infiltration at the moment. Let's get some proper football people into this club. People pissing about, taking the piss out of us, and it's not on. We're like a meme, us. Honestly, we are like a bloody meme. We need to get serious. The people that run the club need to get serious. You know, if they're not going to do it properly, employ people that will do it. Jokers. Sorry, Finn. Morning to you, mate. Good morning to Ange. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Morning to Marianne. Always in, YouTube member. Big up to you, Marianne. Good morning, Cookie, and all in the chat. Hope you're all well. Yeah, we're all good, Marianne. Thank you very much. We're all good. Journey says that the thing with Tudor is you know what you are getting with him. I'm not shocked at all. Listen, he has come out and said stuff sporting, and he's also gone a bit round the houses. I think he's probably got to be a little bit careful what he says and what he doesn't say, but he's still telling us more than others have. You know, is it because he's an interim and if they want to sack him at the end of the day for what he says? I think what he's trying to tell us is that I've come into the club. Yeah, I've done training with the players. I've seen him against Arsenal. Yeah, whatever approach he took at the beginning of that week when he came in to the Arsenal game didn't work, and he didn't like what he saw. Perhaps he's took a different approach the following week. Whatever the approach is, gone in a bit harder on them, whatever. Yeah, and that hasn't worked at Fulham. So he's probably sitting there now, racking his brains, yeah, thinking, hang on a minute, I've been to this gaff and done this with these players before. I've been here and done it with these players before, yeah, and it's worked. So why is it not working now? Looking a bit deeper into it, yeah, he's probably thought, shit, what have I got myself in for? Well, when you look at the cold light of day, the expression that he's got on his face, yeah, it says to me, I'm lost. That's what it tells me. I'm going to do my best, but I'm lost. How's he going to get the bad habits out of him in the next couple of weeks when we need points now? It's up to them at the end of the day. They're the fucking players. Get out on there and perform. But it's also up to Igor to put round pegs in round holes. Yeah, for me, he's got to play Sousa on the left. If he plays the way that he's carried on playing, settle down with it, find a system that suits the players. If you put the players, when it's possible, in their correct positions, and I get with the injuries and that, yeah, sometimes players have to play out of position, call someone in, like an Archie Gray, whatever, as an example, yeah, and he can play 2, 3, 4, 5. Where you ask him to play, he'll go and play there. But I think that the team that starts against Palace tomorrow night, yeah, needs to be round pegs in round holes. And let the players play from the positions that they're used to playing from. And then at some stage, he's got to try and get some confidence into them. Which could be the game starts tomorrow night. Something goes amazingly right for Spurs. Yeah. And within 5 minutes, we're 1-0 up. Confidence breeds confidence. They score a goal early. The crowd, even though they're behind them, get behind them even more. There you go. Listen, we're in trouble and something's got to be done from somewhere. You can't, as owners of this football club, just let it slide into the Championship. You can't. And this is when you know, no one's ever too big to go down. Don't think anyone's ever too big, because if it's going wrong, and like us, you've got the owners at the club that haven't got the football nous to bring the correct people in, yeah, to do a job to get you out of trouble. Now, there's no certainties at the end of the day, but get the candidate in that's right for the job. And again, even if it was the right candidate, it can still fail. You still might not get out of it, but at least give yourselves a chance while you've got a chance. Don't wait till there's fucking 6 games left or 5 games left. And by the way, I'm not blaming Tudor. You know, he's done whatever he's done with his starting teams and whatever the systems he's playing, and, you know, 3 at the back. Then he goes back to 4-4-2. Pick a system, whatever one it is, and stick with it. So that we get a bit of continuity, so that when we go out, the players know what they're doing. Lee's in. Morning to Lee. May the force be with you, sir. Top geezer. And I know that he's put a comment down here. Corey's in as well. Big up to you, Corey. Morning to you, mate. Cheese and Marmite today for Lee. Love a bit of Marmite, Lee. Absolutely love Marmite. Got to tell you. Corey says he got some amazing news yesterday. And for the longest time, my mood has been lifted. Good for you, Corey. I hope you're well, mate. Good stuff. Finn says, what a lineup of games tonight. Every team is either fighting for top 4 battle or battling relegation. Yeah, there's some tasty games tonight, to be fair. I was looking a little while ago. Yeah, here we go. Well, I did have. I had it up here and now it's disappeared. It's always the way, isn't it? But yeah, there's some good games tonight. Obviously, we're playing tomorrow, so at least we'll know where we stand pretty much when we play tomorrow. Listen, could there be any shocks in the other games as well? You know, and this is why we're doing this all the time, because, you know, a lot of teams can beat a lot of teams in the Premier League this year. You saw Wolves last night turn Liverpool over. And Finn's right. There's teams going for the top four, playing teams that are down in the lower echelons. You know, sometimes surprises happen. Let's hope it's not tonight for those teams. Big up to you, Finn. Lee's saying if Igor loses against Palace, he'll be gone. Lee, I've said that you heard what I said 5 minutes ago, right? Don't ever be surprised if the geezer just walks. Because I just think he's walked into an absolute fucking bomb shelter, mate. And he's found stuff out that is like, whoa. What can I do about this? Whether it will ever come out or not, what he truly feels, maybe at the end of his tenure, it'll really come out. But it'll be interesting to see what he says when he's not there anymore, whether that be at the end of the 12 games or whether he goes before. But what a mess it would be. What a mess it would be for this football club. Yeah, to sack a manager who they sacked too late, in my opinion. Yeah, after the transfer window closed, then they bring this bloke in with 12 injuries. Yeah, and say get on with it. You couldn't make it up, and it's not working for him. If it continues not to work for him, the Spurs go all Spursy, yeah, and get someone else in. Do they go cap in hand to an Harry? Is there someone else out there, or is it down to Igor now? I agree with this. I agree with this. I see this too, Mario. When I watch him, I see this too. He says, I think Igor wants out already. You can tell from his demeanour after the Fulham game. Think he'll be gone if we lose to Palace. That'll be 3 defeats. Can't see him staying after that. I think he looks broken already, mate, to be fair. Mario, I look at him and it's almost, he says stuff. And I know he's got the language barrier thing and all that when he talks. And he talks like very good English. Yeah. But you look at him and sometimes he's blank. Like he almost doesn't know what to say, or he does know what to say, but he can't really say it. What a nightmare it is, honestly, an absolute nightmare. Big up, Mr. Shear. Hope you're well, sir. Hope you're well this morning. What time is it there? Oh, 10 to 10 at night-ish, is it? 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, something like that. Big up to you, Dave. No bounce, no job. There you go, Lee. There you go. Big up to you, David. Yeah, good day, mate. Hope you're well, fella. Hope you're well. And to Anthony as well. Big up, Mark. Come on, you gunners, he says. Who you got tonight? Anthony, I did read earlier. I had it all up on my phone earlier. It's disappeared. A good day to the chat, David says. Yep, absolutely, David. I hope you're good, man. I hope you're good. And don't forget, people, we are the home of realism. Just so you remember, it will disappear in a minute. But we are the home of realism. There you go. Happy days. Let me find where I was again. I didn't look, did I? Here we go. Drewler's in. Morning to Drewler, YouTube member. Big up to you, Drewler. What's with all these gooners getting hired, she says. Yesterday, another one's come out, hired as an academy scout, saying he didn't want the badge to touch his skin. What are we doing here? Get them all gone. Absolutely. Infiltrating our club. Drewler, we don't need them. Yeah. Get him out. If he don't want to do the job, yeah, because I'm a gooner. Who cares? Go and get a job down there then, mate. Do you know what I mean? All of them. Get lost. Lang, wet lettuce, as Kate says. Get him out. Get Vinay out. What are they doing? What are they doing? 10 games to go. The club's in uncertainty. No one's telling you anything. They're all hiding like the players do on the pitch. They all need fucking sacking, a lot of them. It's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Morning to you, though, Drewler. Morning to you. Lado's in. Big up to you, mate. He says, what's happening, Mark? Not a lot, fella. I'm just sitting here chatting to you and gradually getting wound up for tomorrow night again. You know how it is. You know how it is. If we lose tonight, he says, tomorrow night at Lado, yeah. But if we lose, watch Tudor come out and have a proper rant. He don't want to be the guy to get us relegated. He wants out. Could be a meltdown, mate. Can you imagine if he really did come out and say what he thinks? I think he might wait to get paid first. But I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, sorry, tomorrow night. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Tottenham Rangers in. Big up to you, Ranger. Hope you're well, fella. Says, I'm behind Tudor. He can't do much with what's like. Agreed. But mark my words, if we lose to Palace, consider us relegated. Even the Tottenham Ranger will concede. It's a massive game, mate, tonight, isn't it? It's a massive game. We've got to get something out of it. You know, I want to win, but a point's better than nothing. The way it stands at the moment. And I agree with you. We do need to win, Ranger. We do need to win. You know, and look, he's the man that's in charge. He's the man that they've brought in. Whether you think it's right, whether you think it's wrong, we're lumbered with it, yeah, until they either get to the end of the season and they manage to stay up, or they go down, right, or they change the manager again. They're the options at the end of the day, aren't they? And also, what he could do is, right, he could go and get some fireworks from last November, yeah, get some of them big fat rockets, yeah, and maybe stick some where the sun don't shine and then light them. Perhaps that will get a spark out of someone. He says, lose to Palace, Tottenham Ranger. Lose to Palace, and we're as good as relegated. We've got to do something, Ranger. We've got to do something, mate. It's ridiculous. Yeah, agree with that. I think he's got till Liverpool, mate. If we get beat tonight, wouldn't surprise me if he walks. And then if we go to Liverpool on Sunday and get a 3-0 beating or something like that, yeah. But Wolves, again, have proved that Liverpool are beatable. This is Wolves that have beat them last night. The team that can't win a game. The team, they've been shocking this season. But the last 3 games that I've seen them play, all of a sudden there's a lift in them. And that little lift that they've done in the last, 3 games? 1, 2 and drawn 1, is it? 7 points? We'd take 7 points now, wouldn't we? Cool, would we? I know I would. F. Sanctin, morning to you. Morning, Cook. The other results going our way so far. So let's make it count tomorrow with a win. Yep, agreed. F. Sank. Agreed. Does anyone think that the pressure of Forest and West Ham being within 4 points of us, does anyone think that's added pressure for the players? And like, for argument's sake, when we go out and play tomorrow night, if results have gone our way and Forest and West Ham both lose again and we stay at 4 points, yeah, is that sort of, well, we've still got the gap. If we lose, it don't matter. If we win, we pull away a little bit. How do people see it? Or if, like, for argument's sake, West Ham nicked a win tonight, yeah, and closed it right up, then it's a point. Even if Forest get beat, it's a point. Has it got to get to that stage where we are within a game for these fucking imbeciles to pull their finger out? What's it going to take? We've actually got to drop into the relegation zone for them to go, oh my God, we're in trouble. It's time to get your balls out, boys. Innit, people? It's time to get your balls out. That time has come now. They have to do something. So someone's got to do something on that pitch. It can't keep going on as it is. Big up to Pete, he's in this morning. Big up, Pete. Hope you're well, mate. We had a good chat last night, me and Pete. He was in last night on the show. Another 2.5 hour special. It was good. Good old chat last night. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Sometimes you have to change the tone a little bit, Pete, don't you? And I thought we just talk about the old days a little bit, just to cheer everyone up, mate. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a slog on here at the moment. Being a YouTuber as a Tottenham fan, it is a slog, Pete. You know, and a lot of stuff gets repeated. I acknowledge that, but I think sometimes you just end up having a little chat about the old days, and you know how it is. It just lifts the mood a little bit, you know. But big up to you, Pete. Morning to you. Surreal. Why does our club keep hiring gooners? Is there really such a shortage of staff that support anyone else? Who knows, mate? Who knows? I bet they didn't even ask him who he supported. Do you think they did their due diligence properly? Surreal. Honestly. Seat of the fourth, Sid. Hawk Tudor, he says. Do. Big up to you, seat of the fourth. Hope you're well, mate. And he's the last manager since Poch that was all in on Tottenham. He has our backs against the media narrative, and look what we have done to him. Mate, it is what it is at the end of the day. Listen, Ranger, as you know, I'm grateful that he was here and that he won us the cup, that he did. Yeah, as manager. I was delighted when he was gone, right? Also, because at the end of the day, these players are telling you that they're not good enough for the Premier League. As it stands at the moment, under the managers that they've played under. We lost loads of games under Ange, and I'm trying to be real, right? We lost lots of games under Ange. Yeah, he was manager, and we won the Europa League. I get it. Yeah, cheers, mate. That was brilliant, and it was brilliant. We won a trophy, you know. But the losses in the Premier League, and then Frank's come in. All right, different style of manager, because these numbnuts don't know what they're doing up there. We're yo-yoing from different styles of play, but still expecting their managers to get results. So now Igor's here. He can't get a tune out of them either. So how many managers have got to come in before we realise that the players ain't doing it, for whether they're good enough, whether they've got disputes with the club, whether they're just a bunch of wankers? Who knows? Who knows? Sorry it sounds so harsh, yeah, but I'm just getting a bit fed up with it. You know, they're professional footballers at the end of the day. There's nothing there. There's no. They don't play as a team. It's like having 11 individuals out there. But at the same time now, Igor, he's had his little flick around with what he's doing. Yeah, he's done his formation bit. Pick the formation, Igor. Put as many round pegs in as round holes as you can. I ain't interested that you're going to say maybe that Sousa's not ready. You're bringing him on to play as a sub. Yeah, start him. He's on the left-hand side, Igor. Come on, man. Get Conor Gallagher back in to the position that he plays football. I know we're short of players. I get it. Right? But again, the performance against Fulham for me was unacceptable. And it was better when the subs came on later on. There seemed to be a little bit more effort there. But we need a bit more than effort at the moment. You know, that as I've all said to you many times, that's standard. Absolutely standard. But we need a bit more than that now. Tottenham Ranger says, I think the football gods are having their way with us. Someone is, mate. Someone is. Sully's coming. Another angle, he says. Many of these players will be heading to the World Cup. Yep. The appetite to roll up their sleeves and fight and put bodies on the line may be less tempting with a shop window looming. I think, Sully, at the end of the day, right, most of these players are internationals, aren't they, mate? Right? Whether they're the level, to get Tottenham out of trouble or not is a different story. Like I say, the problem is, Sully, as you well know, that it's a mismatch of players bought for different managers. Yeah, there's 11 individuals out there. They don't play as a team. They don't play as a team. And the problem is, has Eagle got long enough to do the camaraderie bit? You know, we need points now. This is the issue. We were saying this weeks ago. We need points now. But there's no manager out there at the moment that Spurs are bringing in, yeah? And I don't mean physically no manager out there. I mean the managers that they have brought in so far, yeah, are not getting a tune out of these fellas. Now, look, the thing is now, right, with 10 games to go, we're not sitting there saying we want a tune for 10 games. I don't think anyone's saying that. All everyone's saying is go and get a couple of wins, go and get 6 points, help yourselves, and just pull yourself away from it a little bit. You know, why these teams are losing? Because if you do keep losing and they win a game, yeah, especially West Ham win a game, we're 3 of us are within a point of each other. Right? What position do we have to be in, yeah, until we start shitting ourselves? Excuse me. Cup of tea from the missus. Hello, darling. You all right? Morning, sweetheart. There you go. Big up to you, Sully. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Look, the World Cup, mate, like you say, it's shop window. Yeah, all that old baloney. You know, if Tottenham go down, their agents are on it anyway. The agents have probably sorted it already. You know, they're saying there's clauses in contracts that wages get dropped by 50% and all that business. Do you think anyone at Spurs that we think's an half decent player is staying? Anyone worth money if we go down? You might get a Solanke stay in the Championship. Sorry if you can hear noise. I live in flats and there's someone working in the flat upstairs and it's a bit noisy, so apologies for that. We're not going. Well, are we going down? What we're doing here? The refs are the single reason football is considered. Listen, I don't want to get into this ref thing. I spoke about this the other night, and I'm going to do a show at some stage with Chris. Yeah, who speaks about the refereeing stuff on here. So I've had a little chat with Chris, and we're going to do a little show for an hour, so he can explain as best as possible why some of these decisions, yeah, that you see are being given for some teams, or people think, hang on a minute, they're being given for them, but when it's happening to us, we're getting nothing. Yeah. So, you know, I can sit here and say, oh, Jesus, what's going on? You know, I thought rightly or wrongly, yeah, that Mawani's goal should have stood the other day against Arsenal, right? Then I was informed, look, you can't touch him anymore. Even if that's there, yeah, even if he was just resting his hands on his back and didn't, the ref's going to blow up, apparently, right? But so what I want to see now, and this is where Chris will explain to me, because I'm not disputing what Chris says at all. He knows what he's talking about, you know, because the rules change all the time, right? But I will ask Chris, what is the difference between the Mawani and the Dragosin one, for example, against Fulham, where you can see from the reverse angle, yeah, that he's just giving him a gentle. And my argument is to that, I will say, and I'll ask Chris about it. You know, it seems like it's one rule for one and one for others, and I'm sure there's other teams in the league, yeah, that maybe have this problem, right? But I think sometimes, you know, I don't know. I just think sometimes it's made football so difficult now. You can't celebrate a goal, you know, like you used to. You got to wait until it comes up on the screen. But yeah, we'll get Chris on at some stage and we'll talk about it. Because he'll only tell us how it is, and maybe he'll be able to tell us why referees are seeing what seems to us as being very similar things, yeah, but neither of them are given. But there's other instances of stuff going on, of very similar, you know, fouls, shall I say, that were given as fouls, but they're not getting given. And the goals are standing, or the fouls are not getting given. So, but yeah, we will talk to him about it. We will talk to him. Yeah, he did speak out, mate. Fair play to him. There you go. Paul's in. Morning to you, Paul. He says, morning, Cookie, in the chat. That's my weather. Oh, he's done his weather report, Paul. I missed it. Did I miss it, Paul? Sorry, mate, if I did. Sorry. There you go. Iceman's in. Big up, Cookie, and everyone in the chat. David's in again. Looking how Tudor set his formation of style and play at Juventus, the players are going to need to adjust and using new formation of new tactics, or hopefully build chemistry and charismatic play. Well, let's hope so, David, at some stage. Do you know what I mean? Let's hope that these players come out of their shell and start doing bits, mate, as they say. You know, the problem is with it, David, is that he's got basically about, 8 to 10 weeks, and the season's finished. Yeah. So when we say about pre-seasons, managers, even if they've been at a club and it's the following year and they're not a new manager, yeah, it's almost like he's got a pre-season now. Yeah, but he hasn't, because he hasn't got till the 10th game. We need points now. So whether he can build up a chemistry in that short space of time or not, listen, he's getting paid for doing the job, mate, at the end of the day. But again, I do not blame him for the shit show that is Spurs. Let me make that clear. Morning anyway, David. Morning to you. These owners haven't got a Scooby what they're doing, Lee says. They have been hiding behind Levy and their daddy. Thick twats. Yeah, there you go. Been doing it for years, mate. Got to pass on that one, Drula, because I don't know. I haven't seen anything, but someone may well put something in the chat. I might have missed it, Drula. David's in again. He says, I think Tottenham might be lacking the mineral substance the minerals substance. The fans need to be fully united, get right behind. So I think they will be, mate. I think they will be. The fans will be behind the team. They're angry with the team. They're angry with the players. Yeah. But again, if it's not going right on the pitch tonight, don't have a go at the players. Don't have a go at the manager. You know where to point your finger. You know what the chant should be. There's only one chant that when people are not happy, yeah, if that's the case tonight, yeah, that they should be singing, and it should be roaring round that stadium. ENIC out. That should be the motto now. ENIC out. And everyone get behind it. Behave, Pete, will you? To make it a bit juicier. Behave yourself, Pete. You can tell he's a gooner, can't you, Pete? Just to make it a bit juicier. I don't want juicy, mate. Trust me. I don't want juicy, Pete. Get us away from it. My God. Can you imagine if we go down, mate? Can you imagine it if we go down? The reaction, what it's going to be like? Because, you know, if we keep losing, it's very difficult for fans to still, when there seems like there's no hope, Pete, when they don't give you anything. Do you know what I mean? To get behind. And they need that something just so the fans can have that little bit of faith. Do you know what I mean? But no, they're not showing us anything. There you go. Big up to you, Corey. Well, I'll give you a text, mate. You can let me know what's going on. All right, I'll shove you a text. See how you are. Yeah, come on, Fulham, mate. We need them to win tonight, don't we, again? You'd think, Kate, wouldn't you, that there'd be a bit of team spirit about the squad. You know, they've gone the season with a lot of injuries. Yeah, and I just don't get the level of just incompetent football, if you want to call it that. I was trying to find the right words then. Incompetent football. Incompetent owners that are sabotaging our club. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to get my phone. There was a question asked. We asked a question last night. And the question on the show was, are Tottenham a big club? We had, I don't know what it was, 6 or 7 people, it might have been more than that, come on the show last night. Yeah, and gave their what they thought, which was great. And I didn't get to say what I thought. Okay. So it was interesting because let me find it. And it's a bit of a thing. But I want you to hear how I really feel. And I'll read it out. I won't say the person's name that I send it to. I'll just say mate instead when his name comes up. Right? But I don't know if I should do this or not. Yeah, but let's do it. I'm going to do it. Right. So anyway, this person gave me their answer. Yeah. And at the end of their text, they said, Mark, what do you think? Are Spurs a big team in your eyes? Right. And we were talking about, you know, the whole trophy thing. Are we seen as a big club to other fans? Sorry, I'm going to leave the chat for a minute, but I'm going to read this out because, you know, this was me. As a, you know, someone's asked me a question. It's a friend. Yeah. And so anyway, look. So the question was, are Tottenham a big club? I've put, we were. As a club, we were as a team. But the dilution has been happening for a while, mate. It wasn't until I really looked at it, you see how far we have fallen. The business is doing fine. The football is being eroded and slowly becoming irrelevant to those in control. The sale of the club to the right people can bring us back to the fore, but whether it happens in my lifetime or not is another matter. Football at our club, mate, is not what it was when I was a young lad stroke man. When the old stadium was knocked down for me, Tottenham Hotspur changed forever. And so far, we as a football club have only deteriorated. We were big, mate, once upon a time. Players were proud to put the shirt on. Today, I'm not so sure. I'm truly gutted, mate, at the state of our club as it stands. And if we recover or not is out of our hands. It really makes my blood boil, mate. This club was a huge part of my life from the age of 4. By the time I was 8, I was at the training ground every school holiday without fail, watching and learning from a lot of players that are now legends. Hoddle, Klinsmann, Ardiles, Velia, and many more I could mention. Today, who is there? Fucking no one. That's who. Just a club that seems now it's infiltrated with fucking gooners. Sorry to go on, mate. I hate Enoch with a passion. And that was the text message that I sent. And that was before the show last night. Before the show last night. And that's how I feel about it. And whether I'm right to feel like that or wrong to feel like that, yeah, that is how I feel. They've fucking destroyed our football club. And I think it's a disgrace and it makes me upset. There you go. Says it all, Billy. Done it. Big up to you, kid. Hope you're well. Pete says you can't sack Tudor purely from a sporting viewpoint. That would make Spurs look ridiculous. You've got to ride it out now. Look, Spurs can do anything, Pete. You know what Spurs are like? Do stupid shit. Do you know what I mean? They do stupid shit, mate. They don't act like other clubs act when you're in a crisis like this. It's a joke. Dave says, come on, United. You can tell I live with a load of United supporters, can't you? Magic Tree's in. Big up to you, Magic Tree. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you are well. Morning, chaps. Sun's out in lovely Shropshire. Beautiful. And I hope it's out all day long. Drula says 61 in the house. Actually, Drula, it's 90 now. I know this was earlier. Smash a like and sub if you haven't already. I can see only 19. Behave. Come on, you lot. Get this up to 50. Honestly, let me have a look quickly. I'm going to have a look. You know the rules, you lot. Got to get us to 50. Let me have a look here. I've got to have a look. Oh, perhaps it ain't working. Who knows? I don't know. Listen, hit that like button for us, please. If you haven't hit it, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, there you go. It's on 42. Come on, 8 of you. If 8 of you haven't hit the like button for us. And if you haven't subbed to the channel, yeah, we're 66 away or something like that from 1,000. We've been flying recently, absolutely flying. Cheers, Drula. Yeah, Kate says, Lang should be sacked, the wanker. Yeah, absolutely. Cheers, Pete. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. Dave says, Tottenham, got to ride it out until the end of the season, get behind the players and get behind the team. There you go, mate. That's what's got to be done. listen, what the situation is the situation now. The players that we've got are the players that we've got. It's only them, yeah, that can pull their little pinky out of their little pupper and get on with it. Maybe F Sank. Do you know what? I would go and say to Harry Redknapp, right? Get him and Sherwood in together. Yeah. Say to Harry, look, I know you love the missus, yeah, but Sandra, but there's a room there, mate, in the lodge. Yeah. You don't have to drive. Yeah. We'll get you an assistant. Who do you want as your assistant? Yeah. Whoever it is. Get him in. Get him in. Tim Sherwood, people like Tim Sherwood, whether you like him or not, as a manager, he gets Tottenham. People like Harry get Tottenham. And somewhere I don't know, but in some way, yeah, if you add those two in, or Harry and someone, yeah, I feel it's the only way that they can get this, lift the confidence a little bit. Get into them in a way where they will walk out feeling proud of that shirt. Because I don't see any proudness wearing that shirt at all. The only time I see any pride is when someone scores a goal and goes, what the fuck? I'm not worried about that shit. Get on with it. Just be proud to wear it. You don't have to kiss the bloody badge. Just give it everything. Oh, that's interesting. Seat of the fourth. Interesting. I've heard Dyche. I've heard Allardyce. I've heard Redknapp. The thing is with Dyche and that, I get where you're coming from with it, because they are like relegation type managers. Yeah. The trouble is with a Dyche or an Allardyce, yeah, they'll probably want to get stuck into them. And I've no doubt Igor this week has got stuck into them. Right? He don't seem like the type of bloke who, like a lot of the players, hides. So like for me, if this ain't going to work with him, the last throw of the dice is you get a manager in that gets the club, that gets what's going on. I don't know what else you do. Do you ride or die with Igor? Do you give him that risk? Or do you make another change? It's a joke, mate, this club. Honestly, see, it's an absolute joke. Magic Tree says, you watched Wolves last night playing well? Yeah. They're doing all right, aren't they? They're having a go. Even the manager, see the manager running down the touchline, giving it the big uns to the fans. It's not like they've got much hope of getting out of it. But they're still having a go. Big up, Darren. Hope you're well, mate. He says, big up to me. Igor out. There you go. Jez is in. Morning to you, mate. Hope you're well. Everyone's flying in the chat at the moment. Like I said, hit that sub button, hit that like button. Let's just, it's up to you lot to get us out there. You know, we'll come on here every day. Yeah. But just keep hitting that like button for us. You're obviously enjoying the content because you're here, you know, and that's not bigging me up. I'm just me. So, you know, if you are enjoying it, I'm really glad that you are, to be honest with you. I'm really glad that you are. I'm glad that you found us, all of you. So, yeah, keep hitting the subs, keep hitting the likes, and keep pushing us out there. Surreal says the Spurs job seems to break every single manager that comes to us. It's looking that way, mate, isn't it? You're the second one. I think you're the second one that said that, F. Sank, this morning. Will he be having his rant soon? We'll see. We'll see, F. Sank. Iceman says, after Thursday, our next 4 games are Atletico Madrid twice Liverpool and Forest. Who would have thought at the beginning of the season Forest would be the most important game? There you go, mate. And that's the position that we're in. That's the position that we're in. And the other problem is, right, what happens if you do play Madrid and you get turned over? Sorry to sound negative, but we're talking about playing proper teams here. You know, Madrid are a proper team. They rest players and bring people like Griezmann off the bench, amongst others. Let's hope they don't turn up. Hey. Yeah, we are, Daz. Magic Tree, we are. And this is the problem. This is what we keep saying. We're not quite there yet. We're in the relegation mix. But then what happens once you're within that 3 points? What happens then? Because if you continue to lose, yeah, you're just going to go down. 2 wins in 19. So that's telling me, yeah, on current form, maybe out of the 10 games we've got left, we might win 1. What are we doing? I think that math works out correctly. 2 in 19, say 2 in 20. We've got 10 games left. That tells me we're on average, we'll win 1. We're going down then, aren't we? Could be, Joey. It could be. See, you know what West Ham are like, mate. They pull a result out here and there when you least expect it. When you least expect it from them, you know, and it just shoves us in the doggy. Morning to you, Joe. Anyway, you're well, fella. Oh, let F. Sankman Tottenham Ranger. You carry on with your chat, you two, because I know you like going at it a bit, yeah? But be respectful to each other. That's all I'm saying. You do what, you know what I mean? Just be respect each other, attack the argument. Big up to you two, by the way, for having a conversation. Big up to you. Get stuck in, but be pleasant. Yeah, you're away to Brighton tonight, aren't you? Yeah, Brighton can play a bit of football, Anthony, can't they, when they're up for it? They do concede goals, but, you know, they play decent football. Was struggling a bit, got a win, didn't they? Got a win to sort of, you know, people were talking about them getting sucked in. But I think they're away from it now. They'll be all right. They'll be all right, you know. I think we need to get to 36 points, you know. I think 36 points is going to be the cut-off limit. That's 2 wins and a draw. So we keep losing as well, remember? Yeah? And West Ham do nick a couple. You know, lucky for us that they got battered at Liverpool. And it didn't help their goal difference out. But we've gone from plus 12 or something, or plus 15, and we're now minus 5. Because we can't buy a goal. We can't buy a win. Agreed, Lee. Lee, I think it's the last roll of the dice, mate. Honestly, I really do. I really do. I don't know what else we do, mate. I really don't. We're in a bad way. I don't think any of them know what they're doing, mate. I'm not talking about Igor and the players, just the rest of them. I just don't. The more this goes on, the more I think to myself, Mark, you know they don't give a toss, mate. But then why would you put £3.5 billion or £4 billion at stake by going down? if they did want to sell the club, because all of a sudden, £3.5, £4 billion, £1.5, £2 billion, if you're lucky. There you go. Daz ain't happy this morning. Gooner's out, sack the prick, he says. Well, Daz, sack them all, mate, upstairs. Get rid of them. Get some football people in. I'll tell you something, right? You get people like Joey here who talk sense. Go and get him upstairs. Yeah, there's others in here. Pete, he's a gooner. Get him upstairs because he talks football. Again, people, you know who we are. This is us. There's no fake bullshit in here. And like I say, you know, if people want the fake positivity and whatever, listen, when they're shit, I'll come on here and tell you they're shit. When they're good, I'll come on here and tell you they're good. Unfortunately, yeah, for the best part, we've been cack for 2.5 years. Now it's up to these players, right, to dig us out of this bloody hole that they've left us in. Let's have a look. There's a fucking million comments in here from you lot today. You're banging it as usual. Let's see where we are in here. Here we go. I found it. That was Joey's comment, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh, dear. Joe, we'll see. That's obviously if he gets beat tonight, I'll take it, yeah? Come on, guys. 85 of you in here this morning. Yeah, we've been 85, 90s for the last 20 minutes. Do us a favour, hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't. I know there's people in here that haven't subscribed. Yeah, we need you in here. We need you for the conversation. You make this channel. You people in here make this channel. I come on here because I love Tottenham and I love talking about it. Right? But you lot make the channel. So get subscribed, hit the notification bell. We're on every day. We're on twice a day sometimes. And it has been known to be on 3 times when there's a watch along as well. So hit that button. Do us a favour. Because you're doing me a favour, but honestly, to be honest with you, you're doing yourself a favour. Because you're seeing the best breakfast brunch show in town. We say it as it is on here. You know, it is how it is. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Yeah? But this is the real world, this channel. Big up to you all for being here. Love you all. Footy Bants is in. Big up to you, Footy Bants. Hope you're well, mate. He says 4 points at the top is nothing. 4 points at the bottom is huge. Unfortunately, I don't see Forest and West Ham doing enough to send the Spuds down, regardless of Vinay's effort. The problem is with that, Footy Bants. Do you think then that Forest and West Ham are not going to get any points between now and the end of the season? Because the chances are Spurs might get a few if they turn up. You know, we had a fella on our channel last night. He was deadly serious, mate. He sees Tottenham between now and the end of the season getting, I think he said 3 points. Can't remember if he said 2 or 3. And when you look at it, when you look at it, and you're looking at what you're watching, you think to yourself, well, where's it coming from? Yeah, we'll see tonight, like Pete says. We'll see tonight. Season 2, Season 3, drooler. Yeah. It is what it is. I'll miss the comments where you're talking to each other. Lee Payne says, big up, Lee. Cheese and Marmite, Lee. Big up to you. Get the Gooners out of my club and get that red shit off my shirt. Well, Big up to you, mate. Big up, Lee. Always in here, Lee. Mario's still in here. Big up to you, Mario. He's always in here as well. He says, I'm at a loss. I really am with this hiring of gooners here, there, everywhere. If Vinay wasn't enough, what the fuck are they hiring more for? It's fucking sabotage, honestly, an effing mess. I can't say it too many times in a row, mate, because I'll get pulled up by the YouTube squad. But yeah, mate, I agree with you. I agree with you. I just don't. I don't know what they're doing, mate. I don't think they know what they're doing, to be fair. There we go. SOS, Harry. Brown is in. Morning to you, Paul. Hope you're well, fella. Morning, Mark, he says. How's our incompetent club doing today? Not really. I haven't heard a lot, mate. We had a chat, Paul, about the Simon Jordan and what's the geezer's name? Emmanuel Petit. What their thoughts were on what's going on at Tottenham. And I think a lot of people are seeing now, that they've never said it early doors as such, but now all of a sudden, people, oh, look, Tottenham are 4 points off relegation. Let's get stuck in, but did they have the minerals to say it a couple of months ago? Did they? Were they saying then Tottenham are going down? Probably not. Might have said form's not good or whatever, but you know how it is. They'll get out of it. Different scenario now we're talking about, chaps, isn't it? Hey, sometimes you have to call it. Do you know what I mean? When you watch every game that Tottenham play and you watch how the club are acting, it tells you a story. It tells you a story. Oh, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I, even if we're streaming, I'll have that game on. I'll have it on. Oh, you'll be pleased to know as well, just going to say for you watch-along viewers, that I have purchased a certain, and the stream tonight at least will be live, rather than about a minute behind. So there you go. Happy days. So we'll be sorted tonight. Get there eventually. All these things cost money, you see. And money's not it's not a, don't just fall from the sky. You can only do what you can do a bit at a time. You know what I mean? All you can do. It's all you can do. This is a good point from Dave. Oh, the saddest thing about Tottenham is the fact it's a World Cup year and all the potential World Cup players that would have loved to play in the Premier League definitely missing an opportunity. Well, they will if Tottenham go down, mate. But then again, what World Cup player wants to come to Spurs in 17th? But saying that, David, at some stage when the club, actually develop a plan, rather than just, bobbing along every week, singing a song, when they actually develop a plan, then you might see players start coming again because they have to start again from somewhere. It can't stay like it is now because we won't be in the Premier League, whether it's this year or next year. So it's so important that we get some points. And the other problem is, David, right, you've got to remember that these players got agents, mate. They've got agents. It's not like it was back in the day. I know players had agents back in the day, but, as I keep saying, I saw Spurs go down in 1977. They had Steve Perriman in the team, Glenn Hoddle in the team, amongst others, Peter Taylor. Do you know what I mean? There were some fantastic players that gave their all for Spurs and they still went down, right? So if I'm watching a team now, what looks like a team of prima donna wet lettuces, right, going out on the pitch and they're not picking their feet up when, these players were playing on quagmires in the 70s. This lot are playing on bowling greens. They need to sort it. VDV's still got a lot to learn, Ranger. I'll just pipe in your conversation. I know you're not talking to me. You're having a chat within the chat, right? But he's got a lot to learn. He's got pace on his side. Yeah. Unfortunately, some of his awareness is not very good. And I feel like lately, Ranger, you know, when we've been seeing him bringing the ball out from the back, which he does from time to time, but I feel he's got such a lack of confidence in his players, in his teammates, yeah, that he's trying to do too much on his own and he's getting caught out a little bit. You know, against Fulham a couple of times, he tried to dribble it out from the back, got caught. And that's only because it's not necessarily his fault. If players are not showing for him because they're bloody hiding, yeah, what's he meant to do? You know? If the centre-back's there facing up to his midfield, yeah, and he's got a couple of Fulham players in front of him and he can see his mate standing behind a Fulham player but won't move 2 yards so he can give him an option, what's he meant to do? But he's got a lot to learn, mate. And he'll be better. Listen, when he's playing, if and when he goes and when he's playing, wherever he's playing, he'll get sold for about 80 million quid, mate. 70 to 80 million quid. And Tottenham would take that because they bought him for 42, 45, whatever it was, 42, 38, whatever it was. Yeah, they'll probably get close to doubling their money. I can't see him going for 120 million. But then again, if he does, I'll hold my hands up and come on and say to you, Ranger, you come and say to me, Cookie, do you remember when I told you VDV's going to go to 120? If he does, come on and tell me. And I'll hold my hands up, mate. I'll hold my hands up. Because he definitely won't be going to 120 if we go down to the Championship. He won't be. No chance. No chance. We'll see though, Ranger. I love having a bit of bants with you, fella. I love it. Wembley says, terrible Liverpool result for us last night. They will take their revenge out on us in 11 days' time and beat us 4 or 5. Listen, you know, we've got to go and do the business tomorrow night. We know that we're not good at Liverpool. We know that we're not, results-wise. Keep hitting that like, people, hitting that sub button. 95 of you in here at the moment. Keep hitting that like, that sub button and that like button for us, please. Keep pushing us out there. We'll keep bringing the content if you're watching it at the end of the day and you're in here. So perhaps no one else is on or something. I don't know. It is the best breakfast bunch in town, though. There you go. There you go. You know, they're finding a bit of form. And if they keep winning and winning and winning, who knows? I don't think they'll get out of it, to be fair. But they are showing some bollocks, so fair play to them. Fair play to them. Let's see. That's a Kate saying, Drula. Kate says it so much, it's in the chat all the time, and I just say it now. I think it's funny. She calls Lang a wet lettuce, doesn't she? Kev's here, morning to Kev. He thinks we'll win against Palace. Kev, I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. I'm not bringing that up, David. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. It's Tuesday morning. Wembers is in. I suggest we forget Forest. They will get out of it. It's between us and the Whammers for the final relegation spot. Just take your choice, really, Wembers, isn't it? Take your choice, fella, as they say. Pick your poison. Is that it? Pick your poison. West Ham or Forest. Just check the WhatsApp groups, Corey. I would say. Maybe, mate. I don't know. Or if you've got a CRN or you're a member or whatever it is, I don't know. You're obviously not because you're asking. The WhatsApp groups, Corey, maybe. I don't know. I have to do that. I haven't, Big up to you, Swifty. You're funny, you lot. Honestly, you are funny. You're funny, sod, you. That's how far behind. I'm an hour behind in the chat. An hour. What's going on here? Honestly, I've got to jump a load. I've got to jump a load because I'll be here. Honestly, look, 10:02. I'm on. It's 10:52. I don't want to. I don't want to be here. Just sit here and go hello, 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 hello. I think you have to chat a bit, and I know a lot of you are talking between yourselves. But I'll just go down and say hello to a few people. Unknown, big up to you. Nita's in, big up to you, Nita. I hope you're well. No confusion in her corner. Been a fan for 50 years. We've been pants for more than owners without a footballing brain. Absolutely, Nita. Absolutely. Craig Landers in, big up to you, mate. Couple of points, he says. Players don't want to miss the World Cup, so are coasting. Don't want to get injured. Thursday's our biggest league game in years. Agreed. Agree, mate. Absolutely agree. They're just flats, Joe. They definitely ain't apartments. No chance in Oldham, mate. They're just flats, Joe. Joe, I can't call them apartments. I can't because we're that channel. I'd be lying, Joe. I'd be lying. Not that anyone would know, but I'd be lying, mate. Oh, dear. Let's catch up a little bit. Sorry again for I can't believe how many of you posted here. This is mad. Ghosted's in. Big up to you, Ghosted. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Be nice in the chat. Good morning, Michael. Hope you're well, mate. And by the way, did you got your motorbike, haven't you? Because I opened the bedroom, the window this morning in the kitchen. There's no bike there, and I thought, well, he'd ring, but you obviously got it. So just so you know, I did make a note that it's not there. It says, great show, Mark. Keep up the great vote. Hopefully you do not get relegated. Sad times for Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Yeah, absolutely. Big up to you, Michael. Have a great day, mate. Strictly's in. Big up to you, Strictly. Morning Cookie says, I'll say hi to you fellows. You deserve it. But I'm switching off from talking about Tottenham as they are consuming my life. False. Strictly, I have to talk about it. It's my way of dealing with it. My head would blow off, mate, if I couldn't do this. I'm telling you, my head would blow off and explode. And it's the only way that I can deal with it. I talk to people. I talk to you lot about it. Yeah. Bring comments up, questions that you lot ask, try and answer them. Try and talk to you about Tottenham and what's going on. Try and come at it from different angles as much as we can. You know, but it does, mate. It does. And sometimes it just does your Swede in. You know, my getaway is that when I finish here with you guys, yeah, I'll have a bit of toast and a cup of tea. And me and the missus will go up the allotment for a few hours. She'll potter about. I'll potter about. You know, a bit of fresh air. I don't take my phone with me. I leave it at home. Yeah, so it's not pinging and I'm looking all the time. Nah, sod that. You know what I mean? Kettle's up there, cup of tea up the allotment, potter about. Loads to do up there. Loads to do. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And it's just how I deal with it, Strictly. To be fair with you, it's just how I deal with it. And I find it's the best way for me. Morning to Daniela. I hope you're well, Daniela. Cookie, I think the biggest problem for you is one team's form is at rock bottom, and this assumption that Spurs can't go down because you're Spurs. Yes, we have tough run-ins, but form does matter, and yours is poor. Bottom of the form table for 2026 with 4 points. Nottingham Forest before the games the other day, the weekend, were 14th in the form table, and West Ham before the weekend's games were 9th in the form table for 2026. So what does that tell you at the moment? Like I said, going on form, 2 out of 19, round it off, 2 out of 20, 10 games left. That says to me that on current form, the probability is that we'll win 1 game. That's what the form tells us. Well, I think we definitely need more than 3 points. And like I said earlier, my man on my show last night, on our show, he's looked at it and he's a very sensible fella. And he's like, 2 draws, maybe 2 points, maybe 3. And he's not a negative person, by the way, this fella. He's not a negative person by any stretch of the imagination. He just can't see where we get a win. But strictly going back to you, if you feel that you need to have a break, mate, have a break. Have a break, and then just when the game's on, chill, watch the game. Yeah? And it is what it is at the end of the day. We can't change anything, mate. We can't change anything. You know? But yeah, you know, you do what you think's best for you and for your mental health, mate, at the end of the day. We're always here. Yeah, we're always here. We're here every day. If you just want to come in because you don't want to be consumed by it and say hello, just let us know that you're all right. You know what I mean? You ain't got to stay in if you don't want to stay in. If you like yourself, you don't want to be consumed by it. But, you know, every couple of days or something, just pop in the chat, bang, strictly here, you know, just letting you know we're okay. Fine. All right? Just let us know that, you know, everything's all right, mate. But you do what you think's best. Magic Tree says Tottenham at the moment are like a runner who's been lapped and can't find the enthusiasm to up the pace. Brilliant. I like that analogy. Very good. Vinders is here. Morning to you, Vinders. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Listen, before I read Vinders' comment out, keep hitting that like button, people. You've got it up to 60. Let's see if you can get it to 75 before we wrap up. All right. Vinders says Cookie to Russ will never change. They will never be consistent. They give them wrong decisions to every club in the Prem. We keep moaning or we adapt our play. So that's what I was saying earlier. Perhaps it's not just Spurs that are getting. I haven't looked into it deeply enough, you know. But like I say, Chris will be on at some stage. A lot of you will know Chris. Some of you won't, and he'll give it from the referee's point of view, if you like. And that's what these channels are for. Get people on to explain things, you know. Whether we like what he has to say or not is a different matter. Yeah. But I'd rather, and I spoke to Chris and I've invited him onto the panels a couple of times. And he said to me, look, Mark, I don't want to get involved. And I understand that. Yeah. Because he gets pelters, which is, you know, but we have to look at it as well, you know, objectively from what he tells us. But we'll get him on. He'll have his say. I'll ask him the difficult questions. Chris knows I will, because that's what we're about. Right. There you go. Solly says, not to get political, but on a similar theme, none of these owners or players represent me as a fan. There you go. And trying to catch up a bit. Still so far behind. I could be doing this for the next 2 minutes. Look, I've got no chance of keeping up with this. June's in. Big up to June. Just try and find a few of you. Lee's in. Big up to you, Lee. Big up to you, mate. Yeah. I think we're close now. There might be a few more of you. But listen, the support for this channel is just unbelievable. I'm still going like this. Still, look, 10:39. It's 11 o'clock. I just can't keep up with it and talk to you. Big up to Nige. Big up to Nige. Big up to you, mate. Yeah, Petit was on, mate. Petit was on Talk Sport yesterday. Logan's in. Is Logan in? Where's Logan? Where's Logan? Is he in? Logan's in. Big up to you, Logan. Big up to you. Be nice, everyone. Be nice, please. Have the conversation, but be nice. We ain't that channel. Come on. Oh, interesting. Who's that? Mackenzie? Drewler? Mackenzie gone, is he? Oh, you talking about the scout with the badge thing? Oh, right. I'm with you, Drewler. Sorry, because I've missed a load of comments. Sorry, my bad. Right, okay. Okie dokie. Well, it's interesting. I'll have a read. I'll have a read. Listen, it's there's so much of it. Look, I just can't. Phil's in. Big up to Phil. I just saw you, Phil. Big up to you. I'm so sorry if I've missed anyone. There you go. 34.5 million, right? If they get 70 for him, they've doubled their dough. 70 to 80, I think that it'll go to Liverpool for. Tottenham might try and hold out for more. But if they go down, they're not going to get 70 or 80 million for him. I don't think so anyway. But that's just me. You could be right. It's only my opinion. It's only my opinion. Right. What I'm going to do is here. Big up to you, Phil. Big up, mate. Thanks for popping in. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you. Vinay is a secret Yid fan. Kate said, Mark, this bloody board probably don't know who Harry Redknapp and Tim Sherwood are. Wankers. Love it, Kate. Love it. What are we doing? What are we doing? So many comments. James is in. Big up to you, James. Morning to you. Daniel Sandoval's in. Morning to you. One love to you. And come on, you Spurs. Who's hitting these like buttons? Are you still hitting this like button, people? Come on. Daniela Stewart's like. Daniela's like. Colin's in. Colin Crossamano. What's the odds on Johnson doing a Dennis Law to us if you know your history? A distinct possibility, Colin. Let's say no more on that one. Eh? Right, Vindaloo's getting barred. Cheeky sod. Behave yourself. Big up, Vinders. Big up, man. Hey. Wait until a couple of weeks' time, Magic. It's 150. Wait and see. Wait and see. It's all going to kick off, mate. If this all kicks off properly. Right, wait and see about your gas prices at home. Yeah, and your petrol and all that shit. It's a nightmare, mate, isn't it? It's an absolute nightmare. There you go. Oh, I've actually managed to flick to the bottom of the chat. Not that I've read a lot of the comments out. I haven't, but look, Daniela's right, what she's put here. Yes, Cookie, look after your own mental health. Yeah, listen, and it's the same for you, Strictly. Like I said earlier on. You know, Daniela's put, I've had to walk away for a week or two. I'm West Ham fan, but I don't want a lot of you YouTubers because they do my head in. I'm detached. Yeah. And sometimes you have to have a break. We had a break. You know, I think we had nearly 2 months off because it just all got too much. But I've come back with a different energy, a different focus to it. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's just right that we have to say what we feel. Like I say, this is my way of dealing with Tottenham by talking about it, because it would do my absolute head in. It really would. But I know now that the missus is going to tap on the door very shortly, because I told her I would be finished by 11 o'clock today. I will chat with the sheriffs later on. We'll see if we're going to pop on later. Hit your notification bells, please. Please do hit your notification bells, then you'll be aware of when we come on. Like yesterday, we didn't have anything set up. Yeah. Within 15 minutes, we were live because we wanted to talk about something. You know, it doesn't normally happen. It's all planned normally, but sometimes we do that. So hit that notification bell, hit the sub, hit the like. Thanks to all of you for being in here today. Really appreciate it. Worst ways, we'll be back tomorrow morning on match day for the brunch. There's also a watch along tomorrow as well. And there'll be after match show tomorrow. So we might leave it tonight, but we'll see. We'll see what transpires, what comes out, and have a look later on. Yeah, Sully, I'd like to, mate. I'd like to, but no, not at the moment. Listen, Sully, big up to you. Big up to everyone in the chat today. See you all soon. Have a great day, everyone. And as always, thanks for being here. And come on, you Spurs. Cookie and